Geothermal, we're hearing a lot about this.
Are we ever, more recently in these business of greens?
A lot of people in rural areas in particular making that big investment up front for the long-term supply of steady energy and heat in your homes.
It's amazing how people have these assets, farms in that particular case, who are looking at geothermal, and they're looking at solar, and they're looking at wind to supplement what they do, farming on the side. Incredible.
Fortunately, we have an expert that can talk to us about this. Joining us now is Ross Beaty. He is chairman and CEO of Magma Energy. He joins us from Vancouver. Ross, let's start by keeping this real simple. What is geothermal energy?
Well, our business is selling electricity. And what we do is we drill into certain places on the earth where there are large pools of boiling hot water, water typically from 200 to 300 degrees centigrade. We drill into these pools, we bring that hot water to surface. When it gets to surface, it boils, turns to steam, drives a steam turbine. Then we cool the water, we pump it back in the ground, and the whole process basically goes forever. It's a beautiful business, it's clean, it's base load, that means it goes day and night. It produces cheap power, and it's a great thing for the planet.
We're looking at pictures of geysers, so obviously it's a controlled geyser is what you're describing. What does it cost to do? Is it the same as putting down a drill for mining for gold or something?
It's a little bit between drilling for gold and drilling for oil, actually, because you're dealing with a fluid. But you're in rocks that are very, very similar to where gold and silver deposits form. It's, in fact, the same systems that form gold and silver deposits create geothermal reservoirs. It's a cheap business over the long term because, of course, you have no fuel cost. This is based on the free heat of the earth. In fact, you can make a case that geothermal power is cheaper than any other form of power, including coal and gas and oil and nuclear and all other forms of power. It's also the only renewable power source that does not require incentives. Geothermal power works in 28 countries in the world today. There's about 250 operating plants producing 10,000 megawatts of power. It's a niche business. It'll never be a huge business, but it's super green. It's super cheap. It's a great business. It does have a couple of negatives, but there's negatives in all businesses.
You know, I'm fascinated by your decision to move into this area. You have a long history in conventional mining. Why make this move to such a niche form of energy?
Well, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've started 8 different mineral resource companies. One of them actually evolved into the largest silver mining company in the world a few years ago. In 2007, I decided to retire from Pan American Silver. I had some copper companies, which I sold in 2008. And I actually wanted to build something green. I'm a kind of a closet environmentalist, and I really wanted to do something green, but also in resource development. And I looked at geothermal power, and it was a really perfect blend of a green business plus a business that I thought I could make our shareholders lots of money in. It's got a lot of the same features as the mining business, where you develop a resource from drilling stages right through to development in many of the same countries we work in mining, and in fact the same rocks. So it's a system I'm very, very familiar with. It takes a lot of money up front, so the business plan favors large companies and it favors public companies. I've been running public companies for 25 years now. So it's something I decided to try my hand at, and of course, we're like all of my companies, we're trying to shoot for the fences and try to build the world's largest geothermal power company available to equity investors.
Okay, Ross,
custom-created pure play into geothermal power.
You made 2 interesting points, though. You said that you don't need government incentives that much because it's a kind of a natural environment and you can get things done. And you also indicated that financing, or you indicated there were risks. I'm wondering if financing that upfront cost is a risk.
Definitely. The 2 big negatives in the business are, firstly, it requires a very, very large amount of capital up front. Typically 2 or 3 times the amount of capital to build, say, a coal plant or a gas plant for the same amount of electricity. The offsetting factor, of course, is that once it's built, it goes forever, and it doesn't deplete, and you don't have to pay for your fuel. The other negative with geothermal power is it requires drilling risk. So you've got to drill into reservoirs. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're no good. Sometimes they don't even exist, so you can waste a lot of money in drilling dry holes. And that's a risk that you don't have if you put up a gas turbine and put up a gas power plant somewhere. So you've got to understand that risk.
Now, Ross, are there geological risks as well? There are concerns out there about drilling in so deep into the Earth's mantle or core, or whatever you want to call it, that you might cause some sort of seismic activity. What is your response to those concerns?
No, that's a bunch of nonsense. In fact, geothermal power at normal scales. In other words, the stuff we're looking for is high temperature, readily available geothermal reservoirs that exist in the Earth. And in fact, those exist in seismically active areas. We've got 3 plants. We've got 2 in Iceland, and we have 1 operating plant in Nevada. And typically, there might be 2,000 or 3,000 seismic events in a single month. So seismicity is a very normal part of geothermal power. That's why it's there. It exists in very active parts of the Earth's crust where there's hot water from volcanoes, hot rocks, from volcanoes, creating hot water with lots of faults and fractures created by seismic events, which give rise to permeability that allows us to actually access that water. The cases where seismic events have been negatively viewed are where people have created reservoirs through a thing called enhanced geothermal systems. It's not what we do. It's more of a research and development process, and it's caused all kinds of hoopla. But it's really a minute, irrelevant part of our business,
Ross,
and it doesn't come into play in 99% of the plants in the world.
Ross, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Ross Beaty, Chairman and CEO of Magma Energy, joined us from Vancouver.